Hello everyone. So this is Alteryx day 95 and phase 3. So we are going to see some of the capstone projects like day 95, day 96, day 97, and after that professional documentation portfolio build and the Alteryx core certification for in day 100. So before going to this topic like about the capstone ingestion, like how you can build a workflow to get all the data like using the wildcard union, right? So before going to into this, like if you're visiting to this channel first time, so please go and watch all the previous videos, and if any questions or any query related to Alteryx, any business intelligence solution, data solution, please feel free to write under the comment section. I will be looking into that, and I'll be definitely helping you guys to achieve that project. Also, like if you're visiting to this channel first time, so please like, subscribe, comment, and share your feedback. It will help me in future to improve the content more. And so after Alteryx, my plan is to work on Power BI, and then after that, I'm going to bring some more content on business intelligence solution like Tableau as well. And then after that, Power Query. We are going to learn a lot of things, lot of stuff, data analytics and everything we are going to see in my channel. So yes, if you're visiting first time, so please stay tuned. And yes, in future, there are a lot of plans related to content on data analytics, data science, machine learning, and data engineering as well. So that is really, really important. Already we are learning one ETL tool, which is Alteryx, and we do data engineering projects, a very big data also we do projects in that Alteryx solution. So yes, only the difference is like here we are not doing any cloud-based solutions. We are not working. We are doing everything under on-prem system. So Alteryx, as you know, like that tool is an on-prem tool, and it is still in the demand in market. It is not going to anywhere. So if you are learning Alteryx, so if you are asking me like what is the future of Alteryx, and if I am learning, will I get a job or not? Yes, you will definitely get a job into that role if you are going through all the contents, and also like if you are understanding each and every component, trying to create those workflows or projects according to the business requirement, or plan your solutions, or working with the messy data, or like having a kind of a big data as well. So any kind of data if you want to work, so practice more and more. And this tool is really helpful. So there is a licensing version of like 30 days, or like there is a academic version of 90 days. So 90 days is really enough to understand each and every topic, create projects, and implement those projects in your daily work life activities for Alteryx solution. If you are working in enterprise solution and you are already having a Alteryx license, so then you can implement those ideas in your current project as well. And also like it is apart from learning, like what is the agenda of this session. So the session is to skill up your active your in your resume as well. So like you can add some more skills in your resume, like apart from Power BI or Tableau, if you know Python or data science projects, you know Alteryx as well. So if you go to any job description of Alteryx or any business intelligence developer or senior data analyst or senior business analyst, even in the data architect level of position, there are a lot of tools have mentioned apart from cloud and these tools. You'll see some of them job descriptions are having good to have Alteryx knowledge. So yes, in companies like projects are working, not everything is on cloud. There are some of the projects which runs on hybrid model, or which runs on, you can say, like these kind of solutions where they are using informatica as well. You can say there is a tool talent as well, then Alteryx as well. This is a great tool. So yes, there are a lot of things. Every company is using those kind of tools, and they are driving some projects and analytics workflows, because everything you cannot put it on cloud. I mean, you can put it, but you should have a budget, right? So only those important projects, if you see like companies are having 100 projects, and out of 100 projects, you will only see like 50 of the projects are then on cloud, but rest of the 50 will be on Alteryx, Power BI, Tableau, and into different environment. It can be Hadoop as well. It can be big data as well. It can be like you can say Informatica as well or Alteryx as well. So yes, we are learning Alteryx, so we should understand like what is the objective of Alteryx tool. Alteryx tool is an ETL tool. It is an on-prem tool. You can ingest as much as data you want. The basic thing is the most important thing to understand. The workflow performance optimization is the major thing which we are looking into the whole concept. Okay. But yes, apart from the performance optimization, there are something the components which we are using. We need to understand. Yesterday, I was discussing on one topic like how we can using this. I have also posted one video on day 93. If you are watching this, you can go and watch that video as well. So it is having like how you can identify the bottlenecks and how you can figure it out, like which column needs to be fixed to improve the performance of the workflow, right? So that is also really important. Apart from that, how we can create end-to-end advanced analytics projects. I have posted a video on linear regression, logistic regression, all those things which you can go and watch and you can implement directly into Alteryx. There is no special license required for them, but yes, you can go and check it out. So yeah, this is about the whole plan and agenda about the Alteryx and how it is helpful for the solutions, data solution which we are creating. So let's jump into this Capstone ingestion topic. So what is the agenda here? The business context is like automation. So we are doing at the end, the idea is also to automate like big chunk of information or data or pipeline, right? So if you see here, we are aggregating like almost 8 million of record from multiple sources. And the project objective is to consolidate all the wildcard union data. And then this is the project architecture. We are using data tool, select tool, optimization layer, enable the AMP engine for high-speed multi-threaded processing. These are the analysis which is coming during that project. Like you can say, we are ingesting like almost 8 million of record in this within this second. Bottleneck identification, we identified like there are a lot of errors, so which we can reduce it, right? We can either remove this column from the I will show you in the example like how it is, how we can do that. Technical correlation and schema validation. What is the impact and the business outcome? So we are doing data retention. That is really, really important in any enterprise-based solution. We are standardizing the pipeline. So the now the engine is robust. And uh, all the files which is added to the folder will be only ingested automatically. So you don't have to, you just have to run the workflow and all the tomorrow if there are 10 more files that will also ingest. And operational speed you are improving. So these are the tools we are using. And this is like a high level about the project and the business context and the requirement. Now let's jump into the workflow. So this is the architecture, and if you see here, I'm bringing a select tool. I'm changing the data type. I'll show you what is the impact it is happening. So I have changed the data type. Now let me just change it to VW string, all these things, and run this so that you can understand what exactly is happening. So VW string, and yeah, this also like make all these things. I'm not doing like lot of here transformation as of now, but I will show you what is the difference of changing the data type. So if in your project it is not required to do any manipulation of the data, just clean the data, transform the data, and ingest that data to some data warehouse, then don't try to change any data type. Whatever the data is coming, and let it come. So now let's run this workflow and see. So if you will see, this will not take much time. Now, I think almost it is reading all the input files. So there are almost like 4 files, 2 or 3 GB of data, which is getting processed. And then it is creating a summarize. Okay, so now if you see, that is taking 17.5 seconds, right? And then it is giving the average and then this and all. Okay, so now it cannot showcase average. It will give you like a count. So let me just change it. Here we are seeing like we are building a workflow which is getting, we are connecting with the wildcard union options, and we are ingesting the data. And I have also explained like how you can bring all that data uh, into, like, if you see now it is 20 seconds. So what I am doing here, this is the input data setter. Okay. And if you see, this is the path from which it is taking the data. Okay, so I have just put the name and I have removed. So there are four files it is coming. Okay, so if you see, there are four files: US accident data part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4. So if you see, these are the four files it is coming. Now what we are doing, what we see here now, it is taking 20 seconds. So let's do one more thing. Let's go to enable the performance profiling as well and execute it. So I just wanted to show you this is just an ingestion process, but I wanted to show you like the performance optimization as well. So currently the data is going as it is, there is no change. But what happens when we go and change some of the data types? So if you see, input data is taking much time, like 77.22% of the CPU usage it is consuming. These two are not taking much time. But now what we can do? So if I, for example, if I just unselect this, what happens? Like, is it going to, this is going to reduce, or let's see that. So is it going to improve the performance, or like if I'm not selecting that field? Now still if you see, the input data is reading that field because we cannot exclude that directly. But now if you see little bit, we have improved 16 seconds. Now there is one more thing. If I change the data type, like for example, if I just made this to double and double because I wanted to have some kind of calculation at the end. So I'm just, because these are the data, if you see here, so these are the fields which are numeric fields. Okay, so I wanted to uh, calculate something, or I wanted to just aggregate the data. So let me just execute the workflow. Now if you see, there are a lot of errors. Are It's not a conversation error. I mean, it's not an error which is like you have to go and fix it, but it is just only the data set thing. So let's see how much time now this is taking. So still it is taking the same amount of time. Here 3.5 GB, but in select it is processing only 2.3 point some 2 GB data. Now if you see, the input data is reduced, this is reduced. Summarize is giving the count of, because we are using count. Now I can use like, for example, uh, let's say we have changed the wind direction, right? So let me remove this. Let me remove this as well. So let me get the average of the pressure, average visibility, average of wind direction, and average humidity. So these are the three, four things we are calculating. So I'm just showing you like how you can improvise the performance, how you can like, how, if you see, this tool is has completed already 100%. But this is taking too much of time, this input tool, because it has to read all the four files. So obviously this is going to take time. But now if you see, after changing that, now the performance is going down, right? So 77% to 66. So this is what we can do, like in terms of optimizing the performance, or like looking to the data into different format, okay, or like just selecting or not selecting. And we don't need everything. So if we don't need anything, we can just simply do it. Or either you cannot go and change the input data manually, like there are 100 files, so you cannot like just, and there are some other options like AMP, allow new lines in, allow shared with right access. Okay, so these are also one options which we can use to optimize the performance of the workflow. But this is about the ingestion capstone, like how to ingest the data, what we can do, and what is the summary. Now, if I want to do something some calculation I want to add here, where I want to just see visibility, mm, humidity with with visibility. So I wanted to calculate or add like 7 million of rows. So now if I see average visibility divided by average humidity percentage. So now if I'll run, because here at the aggregate level, we are not bringing everything. So this will not take much time. This will give you the data, but let's see how this performance is, either it is improving or it is taking much time. So we'll get to know. So now if you see the formula is taking zero point 0.0 seconds, so that's fine. That is not a much thing, but yes, I mean the overall, if we see within 17.3 seconds, we have achieved it, everything. But this has increased this CPU usage of input data, because input data is reading all this file from all these 4 files, right? So that will take time. Select tool is not taking much time. It is selecting only that data. So we are excluding some of the data, which is one column only, which is still, we can reduce some more columns if it is not required. Summarize, it is not taking much thing. Okay, and this is 0%. So these usages are fine. This is where we can focus more, or like to fix more things, like what is the best way to ingest the data instead of if you see yesterday, I was discussing one more topic with the InDB. So I was bringing like almost 29K or 30K of record, and within a zero point 0.7 seconds, right? So that is the best practice. We can connect with that and we can bring the data. So if you see here, data is streaming, right? So here you can go and manage the connection. So here you can see like connection type. If you see, it is all data sets. So like if you see, there are different tools like Microsoft Analysis, SQL Server. So what we can do, like in this case, if somebody is asking to create like 1,000 of things, right, where you are dealing with 1,000 GBs of file. So in that case, the best practice I would suggest, like you can ingest that raw data directly to SQL first of all. Okay, load all the flat files or the CSV file instead of bringing, like if you are bringing a file connection, then you have to select file connection. So here, I think we don't have to select anything. Let me see. We have to do anything or vertica. I don't know. So if I go here and let's see database, datasets. So here it is. Either you have to convert that data. Okay. So then only you can use it, because here we don't have an option. Okay, or either you create a macro which will just load all the data. Okay, so DB tools are like connect in DB. If you bring the connect and DB, so you have just a connection name. So open file connection. So file connections, again, it will ask the database dataset. So either you have created already that data set and you want to ingest. So the best idea, like if there is 1,000 GB of files, so you simply first load them to, without cleaning, just load them to SQL and then bring that data. So the input usage of that will reduce. It will go down to like 20 or 25%. That is the best practice. Like if we are working on those kind of enterprise level of project. So thank you very much for watching this video, and stay tuned, like, subscribe, comment, share your feedback, and let me know if there is any specific topic you want to discuss related to Alteryx or any data solution projects. Thank you again.